there, it's TR for Stagecoach Road Sewing Machine. Today I'm going to show you how to put a sewing machine in a cabinet. Most of the machines we sell are just the head only, and really they need to be placed in a case or a cabinet. I really like a cabinet because it's at the right height for sewing, got drawers for all your goodies. Where can you find a cabinet? You might already have one. Check around with your friends and relatives. But I like to go out to thrift stores to find them. A lot of times they don't even have sewing machines in them. Here's what you look for. This is just an example of something you might find in a thrift store being sold as an end table. But if you look and you see the two layers here, that's where the sewing machine goes. Now you'll find this sort of thing in a lot of different furniture shapes, things. People would have these out in their front room and they fold the sewing machine away when they're not working on it, and then it would just look like a nice piece of furniture. So just look at all the pieces of furniture in your local used furniture emporium. Look for something that's got a two-level top, and it's probably a sewing machine cabinet. Most sewing machine cabinets that you'll find have these dimensions. An opening of about 7 by 14.5 with 9 3/4 of an inch distance between the hinge pins. These are the hinge pins, and that's what attaches the sewing machine to the cabinet so that you can fold it down. Sometimes when you're putting a sewing machine into a cabinet that it wasn't made for, you won't be able to fold it down because things will hang up various places, but you still have it sitting in your sewing room just like this. Lots of drawers. A lot of them have doors that swing out like this. It's okay. You want a cabinet. I've sold you on the idea of a cabinet. You've got your sewing machine. You went down to your local St. Vinny's or Goodwill. You scored a cabinet. Now, how do you put it in there? This is heavy. How do you do that? Let me show you. You're going to need a rubber band, and you're going to need a flat blade screwdriver. It's easiest to do this from the back of the cabinet. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to take your rubber band and you want to lift up those hinge pins, and there, that's going to hold them up straight. You need them to be pointing up straight so you can set the machine down onto those. Now go to your machine, and on the back you have 2 of these holes, 9 3/4 inches apart, and you want to make sure that those set screws in there are backed out. But don't take them out so far that they fall out. They're kind of small. Okay? So put it back in there, back it out so that these pins are going to slide into these holes, and then you're going to tighten it down. That's the concept. Most of these older vintage sewing machines are quite heavy. If you don't feel up to this, get a strong acquaintance. I promise him a donut. So come over and put this in for me. Grab it like this. This is the hard part. Find those little holes on the back. And there, slide it on. Now let it tilt forward. Yeah, see that? At this point you're going to have to cut that rubber band off of there. No big deal. Now let's tighten up those screws. Very important to keep the machine. Just hold it with your hand. It's on the pins now, so it's not gonna fall. And you want to tighten those little set screws all the way up. Now, depending on your machine and your cabinet, you may have to slide the machine around on the pins just a little to get the perfect fit for the opening. A few machines that don't use the same opening are older machines made by White, the old White family rotary, and many Kenmores. Let me say another thing about what I'm showing you here is for flatbed machines. This is not a free arm. And there you go. What about your cables? Well, this particular cabinet has this flapper thing that the cords would have been taken apart from the thing and threaded through there. I don't want to do that. You could do that. You could also just feed the cords through the middle, or you can stick it right down there on the floor. Now you've got a sewing machine in the cabinet. It's at the right height for sewing. Everything's very sturdy now. Most cabinets you can fold the machine away when you're not sewing. Got good control back in there. And now it's an attractive end table. I hope this has been informative for you, and now it's time for you to go out to the thrift store and buy yourself a cabinet. You can even refinish it if you want, or you can be lazy like me and just throw a piece of fabric over it. Thanks for watching. This is T.R. Kelly for Stagecoach Road Sewing Machine Service.